Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again and welcome to any new viewers. This is To The Point English with Ben. I'm Ben, and in this video I'm going to be answering a question that I received in a recent live stream that I gave. And that question is, what is the difference between as and like? And I understand this question because it can be very confusing. Many of my students find it difficult to know when to use as and when to use like. So I'm going to keep it simple in this video by using lots of examples so you can get a clear idea of when we use these tricky words. So I'm going to start with two example sentences which look very similar. And the first one is, as your teacher, I will explain the task. The second sentence is, like your teacher, I will explain the task. Okay, so they're obviously very similar sentences. There's only one word that is different in the two sentences, but the meanings are quite different. So to explain the difference, I need to really explain the meaning of the two words. So first of all, like in this context, because of course like has many meanings in different contexts, but in this context, like basically means similar to. So we use it for comparing, and obviously things which are similar. You can say that they are like each other. And as we use when we're referring to the role of something, or the function or the job of something or someone, of course. So in the sentences I just gave as examples, when I said, as your teacher, I will explain the task, what I'm saying there is that I am your teacher, I'm literally your teacher, it's my job, and as your teacher, in that function, that role or that job, I will explain the task. The second sentence where I said, like your teacher, I will explain the task. I'm not your teacher, but I'll, in this context, I'm similar to your teacher and I will explain the task. So let's look at some more examples just to make sure you really get the difference. So I wish I could speak English like you. So I wish I could speak English like you. So this person is basically saying that they wish that they could speak English in a similar way or at a similar level to the person that they are speaking to. Another example with like is, my phone is like yours. My phone is like yours. So my phone, my mobile phone, my smartphone is similar to yours. It's not exactly the same. It's not the same brand perhaps, or it's not the same model, but it's like yours. It has similar features. Maybe it's the same color. Maybe it's the same size. Maybe it has the same camera. I don't know. I'm not an expert on smartphones, but you get the idea. It's similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. A couple of examples with as now. And this is a real example. The room I'm in, this used to be a bedroom, but now I use this room as a studio. I use this room as a studio. That's the function of this room. Another example, he works as a taxi driver. So he works as a taxi driver. That's his job. And we use as for profession. So I work as a teacher, he works as a taxi driver, she works as a waitress, they work as accountants, etc. So in this case, we wouldn't say they work like accountants, unless they're just doing a similar job to accountants, but they're not actually accountants, if you see what I mean. So that's the biggest confusion with these two words, whether we use them to describe a function, role, or job, which is as, or whether we're just saying it's similar to, which is when we use like. But there are some fixed expressions that you need to know about because they can be a little bit confusing. So for example, we always say as usual or as always. So for example, you could say my friend is late as usual. So not like usual. We wouldn't say my friend is late like usual. That's as usual. Or England lost the football match as always. Maybe by the time you watch this video, England will have won the World Cup. I don't know, but I doubt it. Another common fixed expression with as is as you know. As you know. The C2 proficiency exam is very difficult, as you know. Okay, so not like you know. This fixed expression, we don't use like, so it's as you know. Or similarly, we can use it with as I said, as he said, as she said, or as I was saying, as he was saying. So maybe you were speaking and somebody interrupted you, but you want to go back to what you were speaking about. So you could say, as I was saying, we need to do more to combat climate change. Okay, again, that climate change example. So as you can see, it's not that complicated. If you follow those rules, you should be okay. So thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Bye.